Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Resto, and we're going to be covering the 19 Twink Shaman. As per usual, we're going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. As for the Shaman, there's only two sets that you're going to be running with, considering there's only one spec that this class is useful for, and that is to FC. Believe it or not, this is going to be the Restoration spec. The other specs are able to be played, however, they aren't going to perform as well as the others, so if you want to have some fun with some other specs, by all means, you can play Ellie in Enhance. Just know that you will be heavily outperformed by other classes. As for the gear, this is what you're going to be running. Gear is going to have a good balance of resilience, high armor, and stamina, so that way you're able to sustain yourself when the mid fights are happening, and when you get pressured in the backline, you're able to actually live a opener without dying on the first go. As for our hit set, this is what we're going to be running as well. We're just swapping around one piece, that way we're still able to maintain a good amount of stamina and not take away too much, but also able to maintain our 4% hit cap, so that way we can land the spells when needed. If you were not fortunate enough to grab the grandfather gear and you're just now entering the scene, this is what you'd be going for if you're on the horde side. This is still going to maintain a good amount of stamina. However, I will say when it comes down to grandfather gear, FCs do have the biggest advantage of all classes due to the gear options that they have in order to provide on the battlefield. And then for your hit set, it's going to be the same set that I showed previously. The first hit set, it's just going to be changing the bracers and the enchant on the boots. As for the align set, you guys don't really have a lot of stamp options as horde does, so what you're going to do is run the Elo's Band, which is going to be your 3 hit, and then when you're ready to run your hit set, you just swap out the boots with the 5 hit, and then you have best of both worlds. Talents are pretty straightforward, and this is what makes Shaman such a good FC over druids. We're going to be putting our talents into the damage mitigation and healing received, so that way we're able to actually capitalize on what we need in the battlefield to stay alive. And then as for professions, we're just going to go herbalism and mining. Now, when speaking about the gameplay's perspective, you guys understand as an FC and a shaman, you're going to be targeted a lot. You're going to have marks on you. You're going to be focused immensely. So with that being said, you need to play around your team and have the awareness around what's around you and when you can push and where you can push. Since shamans don't have stealth like druids for FCing, you're most likely going to be playing with the team in the team fight in the beginning of the game before you can even start to peel off. If you try to do so early, somebody who actually is paying attention to what's going on around them is most likely going to peel off towards you, either pushing you back or preventing the push from happening. And this is where your hit set's actually going to come into play. As a Shaman FC in mid-fight, you're obviously not going to be doing damage or going into frontline. You're a main asset to the team in order to get the flag to and from point A to point B. So as you're in that backline, you're mainly going to be focusing on purges. This is going to help your team actually make a push or make a kill if there is a bubble on them. It's going to help take off hots, but you can also toss out off heals as well to help your healers with mana. That's going to give you guys a really big advantage on winning those team fights and actually being able to take advantage of the battlefield. And that's honestly all there is to a Shaman in Cataclysm. There's really not much that goes into this class other than being able to actually know when and where to use your spells and be at the right place at the right time. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can and be able to answer it the best that I can. I'm going to be gone for a little bit, so I may not have a bunch of videos being uploaded consistently, but I do have something scheduled just to have something get out there. If you guys have any questions about anything twinking wise, go ahead and join my server. I can also answer you there. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope this was helpful in a way to update your twink or make a new shaman. Go ahead and start working on some other things. I'm going to wrap the video up here. It's been Resto, guys. See you guys next time.